1,000 years of Viking history. 45 years of literary history. 35 years of television history. Finally come alive on the big screen, Wickie the Viking.
I can fly!
A live-action, big-screen adventure with the hero of the books and TV series, Wickie the Viking.
That's a wrap.
Tomorrow morning, our crew will set sail.
Ich glaube, Wickie ist insofern ein kleines Phänomen.
Wickie was a special phenomenon in 1970s Germany. It was the first German cartoon, every Sunday at 5:10 p.m.
Sonntag kam dieser.
It was a must-see as a kid. You couldn't miss an episode, like a dentist's appointment. You had to be there. If you missed one, it was really bad.
Und wenn man das verpasst hat, das war schlimm.
Der Anspruch bestand darin, die Zeichentrickserie.
Our goal was to adapt a well-known cartoon for live action and turn it into a modern, up-to-date story, at the same time while keeping the basic message.
Diese Grundaussage,
Brain over brawn.
Köpfchen siegt über pure Kraft, auch noch das beinhalten.
Casting agent Daniela Token started looking for the perfect Wickie March 2008. Over 600 boys from all over Germany auditioned for the part of a lifetime.
Mom, terrible Sven! Quick, help! Like that?
I love casting children. It's always fun meeting a bunch of kids. We had lots of great encounters.
Director Bully then had to choose his Wickie in callbacks.
And your name is?
Wickie.
Ja, Wickie!
Oh, Wickie! Hey, that's great!
Du wärst auch ein guter
You could play Snorri, too.
Du gehst ins
Do you lift weights?
Die letzte
The last question I asked the kids was always, what's the funniest movie you ever saw?
Und Jonas war
And Jonas was the only one that said,
Manitou's shoe.
Und diese
the
Antwort.
correct answer, so he got the part.
I can't think of anything else right now, so.
Okay. Als wir ihm dann die Perücke mal
When we put the wig and costume on him, it was obvious he was it. It was his whole being, his character, his joy and radiance.
Wickie! There you are, my son. Come here.
I play this Viking boy, Wickie, who's real smart.
Der halt sehr intelligent ist.
All right, here's the plan. He's kind of a scaredy cat, but when it's important, when he has a plan he wants to carry out, his fear is gone and he gives his best shot.
Weggeblasen. Also dann geht er richtig zur Sache.
Good luck!
Why'd you stop? Well, he said so.
Just look at you, boy. My, how you've grown. How are you doing in school?
Huh?
Just like his character Wickie, Jonas always has a plan. The 10-year-old turned out to be a real pro on set.
If we all pitch in, it'll work. You're big, strong Vikings, right?
A special challenge awaited the young star at the start, Wickie's escape from the hungry wolf. For safety reasons, it was a tame wolfhound who didn't care about his victim at all. The scene had to be repeated several times until it was a wrap. Jonas captured Wickie's terror perfectly, even though he wasn't scared at all.
Quite a few pros could learn a thing or two from him.
Today is a big day for Jonas. The kids had to give their all in the action-packed escape from the tower.
This is the rope slide for the Viking kids. They'll sail from the tower down to the ship.
In Soundstage 12 of Bavaria Studios in Munich, the top of the tower with the stairs and the Horn of Thule was rebuilt for the big showdown. The escape on the ropeway was shot in different steps. For a lot of the kids, it was the best part of the shoot.
It's amazing the way kids react. They're totally thrilled. If you tell a grown-up actor we're going to tie you to the top of a 20-meter pine tree for 2 hours, he'll tell you you're crazy. Kids say, wow, how cool.
When it was all the way up there, that was cool.
The kids landing on the real ship was filmed on Gozo.
That was a lot of fun.
Why am I first to go down?
Because!
Whoa! Whoa! Welcome aboard! Wow! I want to go again!
Hey, move over!
The pirates take the beaches of Gozo. The bad guys were portrayed by German and Maltese stuntmen and extras. Costume designer Anke Winkler brought 180 pirate outfits along to Malta.
We handmade those ringed stockings, just like in the cartoon series. On the other hand, you don't want it to look silly and cartoonish, so we aged them a lot to give them a lived-in look, as if they'd been wearing those pants for half a century.
The arrival of Terrible Sven's fleet at the Isle of Pump was shot on the west coast of Gozo. The ship they built on Malta did 5 to 7 knots when the wind was good and had to prove its seaworthiness under real conditions. The other 2 ships were added later by computer.
Ship in sight!
Every story needs a good bad guy. The villain always holds a certain fascination.
It's Sven. Sven?
Who is Sven?
I have the best role in the movie. Terrible Sven. He's so terrible, I was even scared of myself. I had this fat suit on, with rolls of fat and big boobs. It was hideous.
We had to make him even fatter. Wait, I don't mean that. We had to make him fat.
Bully kept coming by every week. No, fatter, fatter, fatter. After a while, I had to stop because I didn't know how to get the thing to Malta.
Ich wusste nicht mehr, wie ich das Ding nach Malta transportieren soll.
We tried to make it as comfortable as possible for Günther Kaufmann. In case of emergency, we could get him out of his costume, belt and pants and fat suit in 2 seconds. We were still working on it when we got to Malta.
Need a hand, Günther? No. We almost lost our most important cast member today, Günther Kaufmann.
I almost drowned in this thing.
You weren't there. You always miss the best moments. We tried to get Christoph Maria Herbst and Günther Kaufmann into that nutshell safely. It didn't quite work.
I was told to get in the back, so I did. Then the dinghy started to tip up because I was so heavy, and I started to sink.
I had heard the instructions very clearly. Christoph, you go in first and steady it fore or aft. Then Günther will join you carefully. But as soon as Günther heard his name, he said, "Here I am," and jumped on board. That fat suit is really heavy. He actually could have drowned.
I felt myself sinking. It takes about a half an hour for them to pull me out of there, get the suit off, and rescue me.
Günther yelled, "I'm drowning!"
Then I started yelling, "Help, I'm sinking!" Thank God someone, it was the assistant director even, grabbed me by one hand, and I grabbed the ladder with the other.
Then 5 team members grabbed him and pulled at him and dragged him out. You wouldn't believe it, but Günther was white as chalk. And that's saying a lot in Günther Kaufmann's case.
That's a wrap.
So, how long will it take before I can see with this eye again?
That's a long time.
Oh my God.
The best part of making movies is the smooching.
Oh.
It was the role of a lifetime, to be honest. I'm not just happy to be here, but I feel like I belong. I haven't even started joking around.
Sure, I'm proud. I think any kid would be.
Das würde bestimmt jeder sein.
Ich kann eigentlich nur schwärmen.
I don't want to be a suck-up, but I can only say it was awesome.
Einmal.
Enjoy the movie!
Story about father and son.